Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. And thank you for coming. Welcome to GQUAT Garden Quilt and Art Show. Our treasured home. You said as soon as the kids are finished cooking, you'll come up on the panel. Okay, I will drop the link. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to have fun today. Maria Graham, thank you for coming and welcome. Dolores, as always, welcome for being a silent co host. You guys, Dolores is working diligently in the background, bringing you all these beautiful graphics. And if you want to drop your channel link, thank you for the 4 people are in here. And the 2 thumbs up. How about I give my own self a thumbs up? How about that one? Ty Lily, hello, 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 and thank you for coming. Dun, 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 dun. One of my first digital friends since before I even had my channel. Thank you very, very much. Hello, Maria Graham, my sister. Thank you, my Renaissance grandma. Thank you, my sister. And you have a good package coming, and we'll be there this week with a little bit of at least 2 things in it. I want to be somewhat of a surprise. Mike's Chaotic Gardening. I saw you with your greedy squirrels today. I try to relax a little bit before I go live, you guys. A little bit of chit chat. I see 7 of you. I see 7 of you here. It says 2 waiting. I don't know why it says that. But you guys, Connecticut is about this big, right? Oh, wait. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Dun, 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 dun. Do you see that? That is Dolores's finish quilt top. It comes all the way down, 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 down to about the middle of the back of the chair. But I just wanted you to see it. It's the quilt top, not the finished quilt. A finished quilt has a top, batting, and a backing. Ty Lily is sending 10 thumbs up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. And for any of you who would like to come up, you don't have to have a channel. When I drop the link, you are welcome to come up. Maria Graham says Dolores's quilt is very pretty. So she knew I just wanted to give her a down payment on all of her work. Or like how you buy a house or a piece of property, you give a good faith deposit. So this is my good faith deposit that her work will be upcoming. So Dolores, everybody's saying hello to you in the background. She's back there. She actually starts the channel for me when it starts, and she puts the little 10-second countdown. And she's back there in case we need anything. Unbiased LLC, thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. So today is going to be an interesting day. My nose is itching. But first, let me welcome all of you. If you're here for the replay, thank you and welcome. If you are a channel member, a subscriber, a moderator, I thank you. If you're in the bushes, I thank you. I don't know why I'm straining over there because I can't see the screen over there. And Dolores suggested that I use that as a camera, which is really clear. I like when I look at the replay because I miss half of the comments except when she highlights them and I play them back or I hear them. So let me go and chat publicly and see what you guys are saying. So Hershey, don't start. Okay, so I'm trying to do something, but it's not coming out. So I think because my phone is not connected to my computer, I didn't want them to connect, because then when I don't want them connected, they do it automatically. I don't like the social media having control over my my things. So I will have to figure that one out. But I want to tell you guys, Connecticut is this big. When you're traveling north and south, anywhere in the United States, all of the highways with a odd number like 13579, they go north to south. I don't know if you all know that. The interstates, they go east to west, have odd numbers like a 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. Well, Connecticut is this big. When you leave New York, come over the George Washington Bridge, any of the big bridges, you get into Connecticut, and the first major interstate that goes north, or not even an interstate, the first highway that goes north and south starts in a little town called Norwalk. Well, there was the biggest accident today, one of the biggest accidents ever in the history of Connecticut. Both sides of the interstate are shut down at a major crossroads. There are like 12, 15, 20-hour delays going north and south. The whole state is gridlocked. The whole state is gridlocked. Hello, Val Creates. Thank you for coming and welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So it's pretty bad. I want to say happy birthday, Rylan. If you're in grandma's room, or if the family's in there watching you or the birthday, if they could even get to grandma's house today, because the traffic, you can't go anywhere. All the side highways. I usually don't take the interstate. I usually take some smaller feeder roads. You can't go anywhere. Praying for all those in the accident. Well, the good news is that there were no injuries, but it involved a tractor trailer, a fuel tanker that was full, and a sports car. Now, I ain't one to gossip, so you ain't heard this from me. Looks like the sports car just got tapped in the back. He probably tried to jump ahead of the two big trucks, jumping on or off those little interstates connecting there, and got tapped. And then the two big trucks, of course, couldn't stop all of the fuel, you guys. A tanker full of fuel on both sides of the highway. And there was a huge fire. They got the fire out. There's foam along there. There's a major new mall that they just built there. So I don't, Hershey, don't start. Come here, please. Sir, excuse me. He hears me talking. He's being fresh. Come here. Would you like to say hello if you can get over here? I had my leg up resting. Oh, thank you for hitting. It's a blessing that no one was injured. Come here. Because you're not going to be sitting over there talking back, you guys. Come on. So, Monday, I don't know what I did. Come here. I gave him a bath and a blow dry. But then, when I give him a bath and a blow dry, I have to give my hair a bath and a blow dry so that I don't smell like him. Then I had to put on, everybody saying, hi, Mr. Hershey. Mike is saying hi. So I'll put you down because we have a lot of work to do today. So, wipe my hands off. Okay. So those of you who just came in the room, one of the things we were working on, I just want to show you. I want to show you Dolores's beautiful pink quilt. And then Maria Graham, she being shady. I write everything down just like she does. When I first met her, she told me her favorite color was blue. She saw this cute little pink quilt. Now her favorite color is pink. That's okay. There's plenty of pink. There's plenty of pink for you too, my sister. My sister Dolores says she loves her quilt. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is just a nap quilt. So it looks long because Dolores is, I'm height challenged. People think I'm tall. I'm not really tall. I'm 5'3" and maybe a half. And Dolores said she's 5'9". So I wanted to make it so that her quilt could tuck under her feet and then go up across her neck, and she could wallow around and it, and her booty not be out. I hate when I have a nap quilt or a throw, and then I turn over and on this end is out. Then I turn over, that end is out. I cover my feet and my neck. The back of my neck is cold. Homesteading, almost homesteading with Janet. Thank you for coming. And I want to thank you for shouting out the channel every week, letting everybody know when I go live. For you guys, well, actually, you can each drop your own link by putting exclamation mark GQUAT, and it won't show up. It'll be like so many comments and then a channel, so many comments and a channel. And Baya said her quilt is beautiful. Janet said I'm taller than her. Yes. Say welcome to the support. We appreciate each and every one of you. So, what the channel is about today? Well, first of all, thank you everybody and welcome, welcome, welcome. Where good friends become family and family is everything. I really mean that. And you notice I said good friends become family and family is everything. A couple of the other channels were talking about believe half of what you see and none of what you hear, which is right. You know, anything that you do on that you see on YouTube doesn't mean it's correct. It's like a resume. If you do it one time, you can put it on your resume. They got people out here making videos that are actually doing things for the first time. They got people over here making videos who have never done it. They're talking about something they Googled, something they read, their YouTube University PhDs. But you know, you can't trust everything that you see, everything that you hear. We're going to talk about crochet today, and in a little while, after we say hello to everybody, I want to do a quick little intros. I want to show you the different types of crochet. If you can see how tiny this is, this my grandmother did a lot of years ago, a lot of years ago, probably 60, 70 years ago. And it's a handkerchief with, she stuck little holes in it, and then she crocheted with a metal needle. The only reason I still have it, hey G Mama grows hard in the garden. The only reason I probably still have it is because I have an antique dresser that's been moved around from Connecticut to California to no, not in Arizona, North Carolina. It's been moved around, and this is in one of the little antique drawers that were real small, and it just stays in there. I'll probably put it back in there. So this is one type of crochet. Today we're going to talk about crocheting rag rugs. A rag rug is different than plarn. Plarn is actually plastic yarn and different than a rag rug, which is simply cloth. So, that being said, I want to show you a couple of official guides from the International Festival of Arts and Ideas. That is one of the biggest art shows on the East Coast. And Auntie Ellen, hey Kelly, I bring it every day. Thank you for coming. G Mama Grows, anybody that I didn't see in the background. And Auntie Ellen was one of the official artists hired by the festival that year. As an artist, I went into two different communities, 2 different years. One year, I'm a fiber artist, and one year I taught how to make quilts, some of those fiber arts. And then another year, this is like 2000, 2003, 2002, I taught how to make rag rugs. Deborah Garrett, hello and thank you. And let me see what it says. The coordinate Visions and Voices, one of the festival's annual community-based programs, celebrates the cultural richness and extraordinary heritage of many of New Haven's neighborhoods and nearby communities. Resident artists work collaboratively for several months with group coordinators and members of the community to create art installations for neighborhood spaces. The new works are celebrated at opening receptions. And then here's us, Auntie Ellen. And so that's how long I've been at least making rag rugs, although we know I've been crocheting for 70 years. I want to show you what two of the most popular crochet hooks for making rag rugs. One is, you can buy this at Wally World, CC's Texas Garden. You can find these at Wally World. One is, let me see if I can see which one. The smaller one is a P. The larger blue one is a Q. Okay? And I'll tell you the difference in the sizes. I see a lot of people, you pick what's good for you. Pick what's good for you, and I'll tell you why. Now, elderly people with tripping issues, are not even supposed to have rag rugs or throw rugs in their apartment or homes. When I had my knee surgery, I had a nurse practitioner come by, nurses come by and, look through my place to make sure I didn't have anything to trip over. So I hid these. These are rag rugs made out of pieces of fabric. The size that I use for this one is the smaller size, or the size P. The reason you want to use a size P is because you don't want this to be big and thick and tripping over it. I make my strips in cloth 1 1/2 inches wide. I will attach a video at the end and show you how to connect them without sewing. And I have this little one in front of the stove and one in front of the sink. I also have it on one of those little rubber mats to make sure that it's not slippery and I don't do a trip and fall. But I want to show you. I see people say that they're making rugs with the blue one. Okay? The blue crochet hook, this one is what I'm making the sleep mat out of. I'm only doing a single crochet. I'm going into the back stitch of the 2 loops, but I want to see you what happens. Now, this is about the same thickness as if you were using a 2 1/2 inch strip or a jelly roll. This is not what you want to be walking on, folks. These are not what you want to walk on. These are great for sleeping on. These are great, I will repeat, for sleeping on. You don't want to walk on this. Or maybe you do. Maybe you do. Maybe you got good insurance and you can retire and get a couple $100,000 for a slip and fall. Wellness with Frugal Mama. Thank you for coming and welcome. So, thank you, Maria. These are just little. Do you want to know the biggest rag rug I've ever made was 6 feet by 10 feet. I actually had it on the floor of the living room of my homestead in North Carolina, where I lived just before I retired and came back to Connecticut. and decided who needs a 4-acre farm and living in 4,000 square feet on 4 acres by themselves, and you can't take care of it by yourself with chickens and ducks and goats and 6 to 10 Cane Corsos and all the other stuff. The crunchy rag rug? No, it's not crunchy. The rag rug is actually soft. I spent one summer at my mom's house tearing sheets with International Festival of Arts and Ideas. There was a place in Texas called Fabrics by the Pound, and I bought several hundred pounds of hundreds of pounds of fabric to teach how to make rag rugs. So yeah, to decide what you want. And taking my socks off, my feet were hot. So that being said, I'm going to drop the link and invite, let's see, copy.
Auntie, it's already at the top of the chat.
And I'm going to drop the link, Command V, so that if any of you want to come up to crochet or knit, anybody that wants to crochet or knit, you're welcome to come up. When you go in the basement, though, just hold whatever you're going to be working up. Wellness with Frugal Mama is driving. I see you and sometimes driving and singing in the car and everything and having fun. So anybody that would like to come up and crochet, you found some pre-cut fabric squares at the thrift store yesterday. You will make something small with it. What size were they, Rachel Unbiased LLC? What size were they? If you can find your crochet hook, you're welcome to come up. Almost Homesteading with Janet. You can find, or you can do like this and go on Amazon. Auntie Ellen was gifted these from Mona Sifting Some Soil. So I have all the thick, 6x6 is a good size. They're probably 6.5 inches, because when people tell you to cut blocks, they tell you they're 6-inch blocks, but guess what? They're not. They're including the 1/2 inch for the 2/4 inch seams on each side. Oh, that's so good. You can connect them and combine them with 6x6 inch jean fabric and make a nice little one. So I will start. Cece's working and watching. Oh, Cece, I'm so sorry. Your garden flooded again. I used to own a house in Oxon Hill, Maryland, and that house never flooded, was not in a flood zone. I reconstructed that house, built a master bedroom in the basement, dug out a whole new bathroom. You know, they had to jackhammer through the basement floor to install the plumbing connected to the sewer. And I put this double thick carpet in. Guess what? It flooded. I had to have the carpet cleaned. I had to have sump pumps put in, and then it did it again. I was like over it. So anybody who wants to come up, I think I dropped the link. Is it in there somewhere?
Yes, ma'am. Auntie Ellen, it is in there,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's pinned
it's
to
up
the
there.
top.
It's up there where it says above Wellness with Frugal Mama Driving. You can click on that link if you want to come up and crochet. Oh, you're welcome, Cece. That's heartbreaking. Don't give up, though. Don't give up. It wasn't as bad as last time. And you know what? Even though it's a lot of work, you will find out how to move things around. People will come and help you and move your garden around. You're lucky that you have a lot of things in containers. Some are raised beds, but you can make it happen. You can make it happen. And the worst thing of all, it's still early. You can actually buy some starts. It's not the same. So, yes, you guys. So, what we're going to do today, because I want to hurry. She's still looking for her hook. That's okay. Take your time because I'm going to be here a minute. I put this is going to be a sleep mat, and it is 30 stitches wide, 30 stitches wide, which makes this is going to be about 3 feet wide, or maybe more or less, but it's wide enough for a person to sleep on. And I'm going to make it 6 feet long. If I stretch it out, it's probably 6 feet, but I measured it at the end of the show on Saturday, and it was 55 inches, and it's about an inch a row. So I'm going to crochet because I want, Cece says she has a lot of rain coming until Tuesday. Wow. So I'm going to do this because this grows really fast. I have my plarn, which is different than yarn, which is different from rug fabric. And these strips are actually doubled. And I made them 2.5 inches wide because I had a very, very big bag, a very big Mylar bag. For those of you who are new or just seeing it the first time, these were the gigantic Mylar bags, and I just folded them. This one's still kind of folded. Took out my rotary cutter, put it on a cutting mat, and cut them. Then I connected them. I connected them. Rachel, I can show you something with those 6 by 6 inch blocks where you can make 9 patches and make a quickie quilt. So what I'm going to do is put this down on my lap so that you can watch me crochet. Dolores will tell me if I ignore you guys too long. I'll keep looking up. I'll keep looking up because what I want to show you is that I took several strips and I connected them. They were already in loops, and I made a plarn ball. But what I want to show you is how I connect a whole ball without sewing it or cutting it, and how to connect one piece to the next piece. So let's crochet. And I put this little marker here at 55 inches. So it's only going to take like 12 little quickie rows to connect these. So once you chain one and turn around, you skip the first loop and you go into the second loop. Oh, let me sit back so I can get this big old thing on my lap. So, what have you guys been doing? Hey, ladies, David Corey just stopped by to do a security check. He'll holla back. Well, thank you, sir. And it's not just all gals in here. There's a couple of guys or so, some in the bushes for show, because a lot of people are working. David Corey, you need to be collecting, finding some of those thrift shops in Texas before Unbiased and everybody down there buys up all those jeans and make quilts out of. So I had to take a break from Dolores's quilt in back of me, but she understands because I have birthday gifts, Mother's Day, Father's Day. As a matter of fact, my baby's birthday is today. Rai is 4 years old. Happy birthday, Rylan. Nana loves you. Happy birthday to you. I'll call you on the phone though. I won't break everybody's ears like I did when I sang to Passionately Intrigued Arts. So you see, the crocheting is really going pretty fast. Actually, the next row, you pick some more strawberry from your stinking garden today. Marie Graham showing off. She made some strawberry jam yesterday. It's still 50 degrees in Connecticut, y'all. Ain't nobody trying to hear about no strawberries. No strawberries. Everybody's saying happy birthday, Rai. You feel safe already? I saw you doing two things today, David. I forgot what it was. But that's okay. I can't even. I I come in to get ready for the live, and I have everything ready. I have my phone on mute. Everything is ready, and then I'll stop and do something. I had a delivery, a knock on the door. Then I'm like, oh, where's my phone? Where's my phone? Okay, even though it's only 50 degrees, let me turn the AC on because by now I'm sweating from zooming around here, getting things ready. And how many of you in the chat, by the way, thank you, Deborah Garrett. How many of you in the chat, male and female, know how to crochet? I saw Light Farmer, he knows how to crochet and he knows how to make things too. You know, as part of survival, you guys need to know how to do a lot of things. You can take strips of fabric, strips of old sheets, strips of old anything, and actually make rag rugs. Oh, I want to show you guys something. So you see this little stitch over here? Somehow I dropped a half a stitch or something. So what I'm going to do is just pick it up, and when I go through to bring up this next stitch, I'm just going to pick it up and keep going. Is it going to look funny? If you're homeless, you're going to be looking for a missed stitch on there. Our treasured home knows how. Yes, anybody can ask any questions. Barb Brownlee, hello and welcome. You're probably still at work. I read your notes after the last live. I know that you know how to do a lot of things besides laughing at your auntie girl. Cece was taught as a kid. I don't think you were torched. I think you were taught as a kid. And I see somebody in the background waiting to say hello. And I wonder why I can't bring her up.
I'm here.
Okay, so hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Thank you, Kelly. I think I need to get my headset so that I can hear you. My Renaissance grandma sort of knows how. You don't know how. Well, Cece, let us know if you were taught as a child or actually touched. So let me see. Kelly will talk to you guys.
Okay, hello. Let me turn my mic up a little bit.
Oh, I thought you did, Barb Bradley. Kelly will talk to you guys. Okay. Well, I'll go get an earpiece because I don't want that.
We can, Kelly.
Oh, you can hear me. Okay. Yes, I forgot I have to change my mic sometimes depending on what kind of thing I do on YouTube. So I had to turn it down just a little bit, but I turned it back up for her. Hello. So this, I'm just working on a washcloth. This I'm knitting.
I said don't trip over any.
Oh,
look at you, boy. Look at you. You're knitting. Are you making a dishcloth?
Just a dishcloth, nothing fancy. I started this yesterday.
Hold on 1 second.
But I finished my big blanket from last week.
I
It's
like
finally
this
done.
little earpiece because it's really, really long. I don't have to sit up under it and get tangled up.
Yes.
Okie doke. Almost homesteading with Janet. Are you asking me what I'm making almost homesteading? I am making a sleep mat. A lot of people make these and give them to homeless shelters, people who are homeless. But now with the 2A community, the prepping, people who are prepping, this is a wonderful thing to sleep on. Okay, so now let me, I think I might have mine muted.
Can you hear now?
I do.
Is it better?
Okay. I thought I heard somebody talking. Now I don't.
Can you hear people talking now?
No.
What
Oh,
about you?
just a second, you guys. I hate this computer. I can't hear. I can hear you, Dolores. I can't hear them. I can't hear Kelly.
Oh, she's not talking. That's why you can't hear.
Oh, because she's not talking. How about that? How about that one, Miss Smarty Pants?
Oops.
If all else fails, read.
Well,
that's what my brother always says. I'm just, oh, look, you got me sweating trying to figure out.
I am so sorry.
Oh, boy.
I just wanted you to figure out your headphones.
Oh, I just wanted to see if one ear worked. Oh, I have to tell you guys a funny story. Well, it's not funny. It's just like part of family history. So as my mother's getting older, she doesn't hear that well. I'm wondering, I'm getting my ears tested every year to make sure that I'm where I need to be, right? And she was telling me that her grandfather was partially deaf. Mm-hmm. And that she used to get up on, this is the guy who was the son of the coal mine guy in Pennsylvania. And she said, I used to go get up on my grandpap's lap and holler in his good ear. And that would just tickle him because he couldn't hear her otherwise. And I'm like, well, I don't know if this is a hereditary trait. So I will try to keep an eye on it. Duval, listening and getting ready for her gardening class. All y'all master gardener trying to be folk. And yes, she crochets. Oh, very, very good. Okay. Unbiased LLC. You certainly have enough on your plate. Yep, she's a Renaissance woman too.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, was I supposed to be counting and getting how about I keep on crocheting so I can show you how to attach this PLARN. PLARN is an acronym. It stands for plastic yarn. Oh, pop goes the weasel.
Did you?
So how am I going to keep from getting tangled up in here?
I don't know.
If there's any,
like I don't know.
Say crochet at your own risk.
Yes.
Yes. So if there's anybody else who would like to come up, I appreciate you, Kelly.
No problem. I was working on stuff anyway, but I you caught me because I actually took a nap. I can't believe it. I never do that.
Oh, I know, because I see you going live in the morning. I see the ladies at the center. Mm-hmm. I see you. I'm like, when does she rest?
I do.
I see you cooking in the evening.
Yes. So I'm all over it. But here's my cue hook here. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, that's this one, I think.
Yep. Yeah, it's a big
one.
It's
a different color.
Yeah, this is, I don't know what brand this is. But I cleared out some lady's estate. Like she had a bunch of stuff. She was downsizing. But
I
she's still alive, but she just was downsizing. So she gave me like a
oh
box full of hooks and
well,
buttons and all kinds of stuff like
Maria
that.
Graham's bragging about that because she's going to these quilting places all of a sudden,
Oh,
and she's getting like and getting 20 pairs at a time of jeans, all kind of little sneaky,
oh, nice.
nefarious little sneaky stuff. And then talking about it.
Yeah. Well, that's
So
great.
that big ball is halfway down already, just making this one row. It goes really fast.
Yeah.
It goes really fast. But this is by the Mylar, the silver. I think it's going to be really, really nice
Pretty.
in the wintertime.
Yeah.
It's actually somebody's working on it, going to a gentleman in the northern part of the country
Mm-hmm.
who does a lot of camping. So
Okay.
it will get some use. If I kept it, it would be for show and tell to show you guys what I made.
Exactly.
Because look, I have my AC on in the wintertime.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes. So,
That's funny.
yes. Well, it's a couple of reasons. I live above the laundry room, and
Oh, that's warm.
I don't open my window
Yep.
because of allergy and the lint.
Mm-hmm.
So at least if I have my wall unit on,
Yep.
it filters it. So
Okay.
I don't dare open it, and I have bronchitis. I'm allergic to everything.
Yeah.
So
I can
it's like,
relate.
yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
So I'm going to. Oh, when I get to the last stitch, you guys, the last stitch, when I'm doing something big like this, I usually go through both loops. I'm only crocheting in the back loop right now.
Okay.
See, the like 2 rows. Look how far it went from this orange marker.
So it gives you those ridges if you do the back
Yes,
loops, right? Yeah.
yes, it gives you those up and down ridges, which does what? Gives you more cushioning.
Ah.
Yes, going through both loops. Look, I'm just beating myself all up in the face. Woo!
See, that thing gets real big. Those get real big, don't they?
Yes.
And they're heavy. They're hot, right? They're pretty warm too.
Yes, yes, which is why it's going to make a great sleeping mat for someone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, last week when I popped in, I was making this blanket. I'm finally done. I have to cut the little. I have to weave the ends in. But this thing, I don't know if you can see this, but it's big. It's bigger than me,
Wow.
It's a
I
biggie.
watched you going across the row.
Yeah, this is just single crochet, so I'm doing the same thing you are, except
Except
it's
you're
just in
using a
both
thick,
loops. Yeah,
a smaller needle
yeah, smaller
and
needle but thicker
and
yarn.
a thicker yarn.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So, but it's done. I finished it last night, and this is actually for my mother for Mother's Day, so I'm gonna give
Well,
it.
don't you have a daughter to give it to weave the ends in like Clara Pankey?
I do
Mother,
not.
I'm not talking about you, mommy. Mommy, I didn't say anything bad.
Yes, she did. No.
They're probably all on the family chat celebrating Ryland's birthday. Nana will join them later.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I
Nana will.
enjoyed your videos you sent me.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, those are good.
Like they say, with 6 living generations, how do you get the name straight? Oh, it's easy. The Queen Mom, Grandma, she's Grandma.
Right?
Me, that's the 6th generation. The 5th generation is me. I'm Nana. My daughter is Bibi. Bibi is Swahili for Grandma.
Oh, okay.
The kids call their mother Mommy or Mom.
Mom.
And then Simone, who was the mother of Ryland, he called her Mom, but they know which one is which just by the tone of the voice.
Okay.
And just like me, my kids, when they call my mother mommy. They don't call me mommy.
Oh,
They,
okay.
they never call me mommy. I am ma. It's
Just
like
Ma.
what front and center, like 10.
Okay.
Yes, yes. So, and now
Yes.
that I'm old and getting older, and I've had a few little issues, they're in charge of everything. Well,
Okay.
mom, did you do this? Well, mom, maybe don't put your phone on mute. Maybe no, because then when I get calls and I'm live, it'll knock me off.
That
Oh,
is true.
okay.
That is true.
Oh, hello and surprise. Uh-oh. It says remove.
Hello, Nancy.
Hey, Kelly.
Good to see you.
Hi. You guys. Okay, first, because you've been up there, Kelly, will you introduce yourself
Oh,
and tell about your channel?
sure.
And then Nancy, introduce yourself and tell about your channel. So glad you made it.
Yes, that's good.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Hi, my name is Kelly, and my channels I bring it every day, and I do crafting, but I also cook and do some. So I do knitting and crochet mostly. I don't sew or anything like that. I'm really bad, but I like to watch people, make things and things like that. So I like creativity, and that's kind of what I do. So I knit and crochet. So I'm knitting here, and this is a crochet blanket, and I've just been trying to like kick it up a notch in terms of my, making different things, trying new things, and so I enjoy Auntie Ellen's channel because I can't quilt or sew,
Well,
and a little
thank you.
gardening too. Yeah.
And now, Nancy, introduce yourself and tell us about your channel.
I'm Nancy. Anastasia, she just went upstairs. Her and I do the channel together. We cook dairy free because she has a dairy allergy, and I have alpha gal, which is from a tick bite, and you can't have hamburgers and all the good stuff, roast and everything. So all I can have is chicken and turkey.
Okay.
So I try to make dishes that are different besides just plain old cooking the chicken or the turkey.
Yes.
We do garden. We're going to do that this year. I crochet. Actually, I watched Bag O' Day, Crystal, and Jada and Stitches, and learned how to crochet from them.
Oh wow.
I'm learning how to sew. So my sewing's not the best.
Nice.
And don't forget the jewelry part, Nancy.
Yes, I've done jewelry. I make jewelry. Okay. So I do a lot of crafts. I've always done crafts, cross stitch and painting, little wooden things, the little ceramic things for Christmas.
Okay.
We do that.
Nice.
Anastasia loves to draw, but she paints and everything too. So we just do so much, and I do have Bible time on my channel that I've been doing, picking back up because several people asked me, will you please get back into doing that? I'm like, okay, I will. So I don't do just one thing. So that's why the channel is called Our Treasure Home. It was Ash's Treasure from Anastasia's initials, but I wanted to expand.
Yes.
And so I changed the name to Our Treasure Home. So what do you treasure at your home?
Hello, Anastasia from Auntie Ellen and everybody in on the family reunion bus. And now, Janet, almost homesteading.
Hello.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hey, everyone. I am Janet, aka Almost Homesteading. And my channel it's kind of a little of everything. Gardening, lots of making of herbal things and eating of weird plants from my yard. But I do also really have a passion for taking things that would otherwise be trash and making them into something new. So I've made the rag rugs. I've made a few before. And today I couldn't find my crochet hook, so we're giving knitting. a rag rug a try. I don't know if it will work.
That's okay.
But I also like making jewelry. I can't say I'm like really that good. I like sewing. I'm pretty much good with anything crafty. I'll give it a shot. If it's good, that's cool. If it's not, I mean, if you're having fun, who cares? So you always find something new and unexpected and weird on my channel.
Nice.
Thank you. So you guys, I did see her eating something out of her yard the other day, Janet. It was a little yellow
Wood sorrel.
buttercup, but it was something different. You'll have to go to her channel, drop your links, ladies, so that they can find your channels, each of you on the panel, and each of you in the audience as well. Lorraine T, thank you for coming and welcome. Are you ready to crochet or fire up one of those mini sewing machines you bought in that sewing room of your new house?
So many. Wow.
So I will put this down so that you can see this big heavy thing. I'm like trying to squeeze it between my knees so it doesn't fall on the floor. Actually, I should sit back. How about that, right? Well, I could have some lap instead of a little slope with one titanium. Well, actually,
there
two
it is.
titanium knees.
So Auntie Ellen, are you just using? It looks like. Are you using 1-inch strips of the bags?
No, because when you cut plastic, whether you're using a grocery store bag or MYLAR bag, these are MYLAR bags.
Oh,
Actually thinner. The grocery store bags are even thinner than these.
yeah.
So I cut them into 2-inch strips, and then I just doubled them. I just used the whole thing.
Okay, cool.
To make it thicker, because I knew I was making it into a sleeping mat. If I were making it into a rug, I would only use one thickness and a smaller needle, so that it wouldn't be too cushiony and make you fall, make you lose your balance.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm good at that. I don't need any help.
Right. I
Same.
understand that.
I trip over bubbles of air.
Exactly.
That's cool.
So what are you knitting, Janet?
I'm gonna try and knit a rag rug.
Oh.
There's something here called a blessing box, which is
Yeah.
where people take things that they no longer want and other people grab them.
Yeah.
But a lot of times people bring things that no one's gonna take.
Yes.
Things like, like their kids' sports shirts for the year. Like nobody else is gonna wear your child's name on them.
Wow.
Things like that. So what I've done is I took the hems from all of the shirts like that.
Nice.
And I'm making one rag rug just out of hems that I cut up and sewed together.
Oh, that's really cool. I use a lot of the jean hems like that to repurpose into other things.
Do you have videos about that? I have a lot of jean hems because my husband kind of goes through pants pretty quick. I do not know what to do with them.
I don't have anything, Janet. If it's not on a live or something, I don't own a quilt of my own for my bed. I don't own one of my bags, a hobo bag, nothing. They buy it right out of my hands. Or, well, Nana, who's that for?
Wow.
My family actually doesn't want me to buy them gifts. They prefer that I make something.
That's great.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
A Mother's Day gift there. Rye's birthday gift is there. Another birthday gift on this chair. Okay. Mommy's Mother's Day gift is over there.
Oh, wow.
It's like they've got me sweating.
Yes.
Yeah. That's awesome, though, that they know the value of handmade gifts is really cool.
They do. And they do. And everybody works. Even the great granddaughters. Simone is 20. She has, and Kelly will tell you, she has an IG and she sells pastries and things. Her sister makes money trees.
Oh, that's cool.
I know, especially when she makes them out of $100 bills.
I love that.
Right? Or big ones, and everybody does something. Everybody cooks. You know, we were raised. I was raised so you could never say you were bored. Mommy would give you more chores, more things to do. And so, oh, you're bored, are you? Well, go upstairs and clean out your drawers, under drawers, your dresser drawers, and I think that would be the day she was frustrated and she just wanted to beat up on somebody because she knew if she sent me upstairs with the bunk beds, I was getting in my bed with a book and I wasn't doing jack. You know? I told you I didn't do that. I thought I told you. Mom, I'm not talking about you, Mother. I'm not saying anything bad. And Campbell, thank you for coming. That's Ellen number 2. She loves to crochet and do this kind of work. Would you like to come up? I saw Ellen working on a rag rug the other day.
Oh.
She has a different philosophy than I do for making rugs. She makes her rugs with the bigger ones, whereas I use the smaller, whatever I just did with it, the P one, because I like mine to be flatter. So she uses this one, whereas I use the little green one because I got enough to trip over and fall over, including Mr. Hershey, who was blind. And you know, what's interesting is most dogs move when they see you coming to get out of the way. Not him. He just sits there and waits for you to go around him. The kids say, Nana, that's the strangest dogs. He sees you. He hears you. It's like, well, I got her trained. You all need to get with the program. Advice made a money tree, but before you use $1 bills. That's all you could afford. Oh, we usually make them like for Mother's Day or a gift like for Mommy. So you don't give the Queen Mom $1 bills. You know, so we just you know, put it together, and it's usually from somebody who takes part of their paycheck that week.
Okay.
Maria Graham says your birthday video was very nice. Campbell says her signal is weak right now. That's okay. You can come up another time. So let me see this little. So one more row, and I should be ready to connect. This show you how you put a full ball of yarn and connect it with this. You'll like to see that, Janet. Because I have the Plarn balls, and I will connect to this live. I will connect. Actually, it's my first YouTube video ever. I made it about 10 years ago on the very subject of connecting strips to make a rag rug. And again, I make my rag rug with 1.5-inch strips, which means that if you buy a jelly roll or you have a jelly roll, you cut the strip in half and it goes twice as far and it lies flatter. I like the way that mine lays. I don't like mine too thick up on the floor. Look, I'm too unbendy.
Unbendy? Is that the technical term?
Yes, I'm too unbendy.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the Plarn. I haven't done this in a while. I know you got to cut the seams off.
Okay, so now you want me to go get a plastic bag and do it right now, right? Right?
No. I'm going to see if I can figure it out.
If you do, I'll get scissors and I'll do it with you.
I'm going to see if I can. I think I remember. I'm going to do it behind the scenes, but I'm going to mute so I won't crinkle too loud.
I actually do have a video. I did it I did it. One of my lives we did rag rugs and Plarn, and I think it was probably the year that I started this one, and I was showing how to do it. But Kelly, the easiest way to do it, there used to be a way where you just cut it in a circle.
Like okay, I've never done that one.
Okay, but now if that's a pretty big one, you fold it.
Yep.
And then cut the handles off.
Cut the handles off. Okay.
And then cut your strips, and then you can connect them with like Janet just sweet talked me into doing.
No, I think it's faster if you do it. Well, if you can put them together. That's what I remember.
So then you'll end up with...
I got the handles off.
Loops. Yeah, it goes faster if you cut. Then you end up with these little strange pieces that you don't do anything with.
Right.
And spend forever trying to connect. Okay. So say this is the end. Mm-hmm. This is the end of a loop, Janet. Mm-hmm. And this is a new loop that's still folded flat. Mm-hmm. And actually, this one's not cut in half. I use like the end. I use everything. Mm-hmm. So, like if there's a piece that it's folded together like that, I still use it.
Okay.
So this is the end of a loop. I put the new one that I'm connecting underneath it. Underneath it. Mm-hmm. I don't know why underneath it, just because I can see what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. And then you have this piece hanging up, sticking out.
Oh, cool.
And then you just stick the tail through it and pull it. Oh, I know.
That's brilliant.
Because you can hold on to one end and it doesn't tangle up until you get up there. Well, that's my method to the madness. Except I let go of it and it did.
Okay. No, I think I remember now. I got it.
Yes.
I have a couple strips here, so it'll take me 2 seconds to crochet this.
Yes. It only takes seconds. And see, here's another one. I'll do it one more time.
Yeah.
For Janet. Mm-hmm. And then you can always do, or repeat it or the end of the line. So this is the new one. I'm sticking it under the loop. And then when I pull the whole big long piece through and poke it under the bottom, I don't have that much to pull through.
Okay.
That's cool.
All right, I'm gonna go get a pair of scissors, and I'm gonna get some bags, and I'm gonna try it out.
I have my cheap scissors.
I
need
better
scissors.
Brady used to say, "Come on down."
Yeah. Let's see. So I got my loops here, or my strips.
Campbell's. I'm sorry. Campbell's Creation is saying hello to everyone. She's using. She said 1.5 inch strips.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. I find that
having flashbacks. I remember
a comfortable one. So at the end of this next row, I should. Oops. If I don't tangle them all up. By the end of this row, I should be end with that ball because I do the same thing and I couldn't take the ball of yarn. Just how I just took that loop and stuck it through the top of the keyhole. I take the whole ball and stick it through there.
Wow.
I'm not too loud, am I?
No.
Okay, good.
I always wonder.
People get mad. They're like, "What's that noise?"
I was listening to one of your videos today, and I was away from where I could turn it up, and I had difficulty hearing it. So I'm glad.
Yeah. All right. So this is my long string. So I have 1, 2, 3. Oops, I messed this one up. 3, 4. Oops, 4.
So you're going to crochet that with a small hoop or that big one?
I think the big one.
All right, now. I don't want your husband to come on your live and say, well, she can't get over her because her leg is in the sling. She tripped over that big old book you told her not to do.
Well, no, see, he was trying to. Well, anyway, I found this arts and crafts recycling place.
Yeah,
so they have fabric, stained glass, books,
Oh,
beads, buttons,
Ooh.
yarn.
I
Yes.
love. I
Oh, wow.
heard somebody else likes buttons too. I love buttons.
But it was so expensive, like I couldn't afford it, so I didn't go. I didn't buy anything.
Oh, that part.
Some of the yarn was like $12.50 a skein or a hank, and I was like, no,
Nope. That's going to be a hard no for me.
not today.
I love going to estate sales and like scarfing everything out.
Yeah.
And now I would never do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like go to a thrift store and not have the money to buy it that day,
Yes.
and then go hide it someplace until I went home and got my money. I mean, I would never do that. I would never go hide it, put it in the wrong part. I would never.
That is brilliant.
I mean, I never would have thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to these estate sales, and sometimes things just you put it down for a minute, you forget where you put it until you get back again with your money.
Mm-hmm.
Aunt Ellen, what size is my needle? This one, Ellen Campbell, is a size Q, but Wally World has these sets and they're pretty inexpensive now. And the little one is a size P.
Yeah.
I remember I bought a couple hundred of the size P when I was doing the.
Wow.
Well, no, I was teaching arts and crafts.
Oh, okay, that's a good reason. I was wondering.
And like with the arts festival, and then I would let them keep their hooks so that they would have something to work with later. PIA, how are you doing? Would you like to come up? This will be the biggest party I ever had.
That's good.
Woo-hoo.
PIA.
Hello.
Yes, let me drop the link again. Auntie, you would never do that either. But it just happened to you the other day. Oh, what happened?
I'm sure that the yarn hit itself. Totally.
What happened was, yes. Yeah, life happens, doesn't it?
Yep.
So
Try
I
not
just
to crinkle.
put the link again. Ellen Campbell said she has one bigger. I have, that's about the biggest that I use. I've had every size that they make over the years. I used to make the latch hooked rugs. I've made big latch hooked rugs like 6 feet by.
Oh wow.
It was in the entryway of my mother's house, and it stayed there for years. I don't know if they remember it, but when I was in college, at night I worked as a private duty sitter. That's in a hospital, and so all I did was private duty and sit there and watch my patient sleep.
Yep.
And back then, $30 a night was a lot of money for a college student.
Oh yeah.
So I would take my crochet or this latch hook stuff, and I would just stay awake at night. I would just work on this rug, but it was really big. It was really, really big. And I had all these pre-cut things of yarn, and it was something like Unbiased was doing something. The end result, the way that it looks, is tufting, and you can go to her channel and see how she did that. TIA said she just woke up from her nap, still a little loopy. I haven't started mine yet.
I already had mine. It was way too short, but it was glorious.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad, because then you had time for us this afternoon.
That is true. You know what though? I still had like an hour in between the nap and when your chat started. Like I could have slept more.
Right, but you wanted to come, so then you just were anxious, and then you, because I do that. I wake up every morning at 4 a.m.
Ugh.
and I can't make myself. My daughter is trying to get me to train myself
Yes.
to stay up later.
Yes.
I have a helper that helps me with some housework
Yeah.
3 times a week. And my daughter's like, well, Mom, you're never going to get anybody to come from 6 a.m. to 8:30. Don't jinx me. I've been able to find somebody all this time until you
Right.
started. Until you started. So she says, well, if you do 9 o'clock, then and y'all better not listen to me and go tell your grandma either. Because their grandma's my daughter. And she said, well, if you start at 9 o'clock, you'll be able to get more people, have a bigger variety of qualified people, you know. And so I switched to 8:30, and I have somebody that I like, but it's like, you're wasting my whole morning. I want to be out in my garden. Well, it's still cold here. It's still 50 degrees. But I'm like, this is my morning time. This is my be at the post office when it opens at 8:30 time.
I like that.
This is and then I'm back home by 11, 12 o'clock in the day. Now I'm getting out at 12 o'clock. It's lunchtime. Okay. The school buses are out. I'm behind them. There's a school like a block up the street. School where they have cute little hens and everything. And then the lines are longer in all the stores. Everybody's already touched everything.
Well.
I'm the opposite. I am a night owl. I do my gardening at night. I do pretty much everything.
Well, me, when it gets dark, when the chickens go in,
you're in.
The baby goes to bed, I'm asleep.
Yep.
That's funny.
Ooh, 85 in South Carolina. It was, I think, 87 here in Indiana today. It's warm.
I think it might be the same here. It's kind of warm. I don't know what it is. I think it was like 77 when I looked at noon. But that's been a while now. 5 hours ago.
I didn't. I was so busy looking at the news to see about all the traffic going through Connecticut. I haven't even looked at the weather. It was 50 degrees this morning, though. I'm sure it went up at least 15 degrees. 15 degrees this afternoon.
Okay. Did you want me to drop the link to your video you mentioned earlier about the rag rug you did a year ago?
What's that noise?
I said, did you want me to drop the link to your rag rug video from a year ago?
Yes, please. Ooh. Oh, that's Dolores. The noise I hear in my ear. It's like, oh, the other ear. That's why I have 2 of them. See? I'm listening to all of this one, and you see what happens. So, Dolores is going to drop a link in the video, I think, for one of my. I teach knitting and I teach all of the arts, Campbell.
Yep. Yeah, I do too. I do. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, and they at all the state fairs and whatnot, they call them now heritage arts, like knit, crochet, needlepoint, crewel, which is basically embroidery with thicker yarn called
Cruel yarn, isn't it cruel something? Yeah.
Okay. So how to make a rag rug, and it shows you how to connect. You guys, Dolores just dropped it in the chat, and it shows you how to make a rag rug. I have instructions how to make circular rugs, how to make flat rugs, big, little, whatever. And you know, it's really funny when I did the video, because I used to work as a management consultant. Well, the art thing, it was like, what is this artist's BS?
Right.
All those years you went to law school, all those paralegal degrees, what are you talking about? Yeah. So it was like, so then I started using my nickname, Penny Pankey, so that my coworkers wouldn't think I was doing bad. I was doing what I enjoyed. And I loved it. And I've been ever since.
Now, as far as knitting goes, I have tried like 6 times or so. I can do the cast on, and then after that, my mind does not grasp.
Yeah.
the purl stitch or the knit stitch, and I'm just like, oh my goodness.
So I always say, like, in my opinion, I just sort of prop the needles. Like I like straight needles. A lot of people don't like straight needles. They use the circular, but they crochet back and forth on circular needles. I sort of
like this circular.
I kind of put it on my. I balance it sort of on my waist or whatever hip, and so there's a little bit of with that. But the problem is, be careful. Don't cast on too tightly, because people have difficulty going back into the stitch. Even crocheting, if you chain loosely, and it's a lot easier to get in. And that's just a little tip, that I try to tell people, because I think it works better that way. Because the first row is the toughest. Once you cast it on, and then you either knit.
Okay, Ellen, drive safely. Well, according to my mother, I'm a failure with knitting because my mother knits the European way, where she holds one needle still, and then she holds the other one with like a crochet hook, and then she goes, "Sit. She has a high voice. I'm not making fun of you, Mother." She goes, "You've been knitting 70 years and you still can't do it my way? I don't want to do it your way. I want to do it Nini's way." Nini was my grandmother, my nana. I didn't want to do it my mother's way. And I still don't. I'm still with the two hands. And I enjoy it. And that's relaxing to moi.
I do it the way your mom does. I had to start back with the knitting to see, but you know what? That is what I do, because my left hand never moves.
And she's fast. She's fast. It's like boom, 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 boom. Okay, so I'm in the slow lane.
I am the slowest knitter.
Yes, I think continental knitting is tricky, because most people lose stitches, and that's why I don't do it. I mean, I can do it, but I don't do it because, especially if I'm trying to make something important, like clothing or something like that, you can really slip stitches. And I see people lose stitches all the time, but unless you're good at it, like her mom, I mean, because it's not. I don't think it's intuitive at all. But we taught a 7-year-old girl in my crochet group how to continental knit, and she did it.
That's cool.
But that was the first way she learned. Let me see if I can do it. I don't know. Sometimes I can do it. Sometimes
I'm gonna watch.
It depends on my brain. I'm doing the knit stitch. So the knit stitch is easy, continental, but it's harder. It's harder doing it continental if you purl. And I have a video on it, and people.
I would agree.
Yeah, a lot of people have watched it. I figured out a way to do it, but it's not easy. But anyway, there it is. So this is sort of like what the crocheter, the way they would hold. They would hold the yarn in the one hand, and then
just like you're doing it, Kelly.
Yeah, so this is it. So I can knit my butt off continental style. I just can, purling is a little bit slower. I've already done this many stitches.
I know what to do. You just stick it in backwards on the stick.
Okay. Oh well. Okay.
And you go in through the other way.
The other way. Okay.
That's how Mommy does it. I wasn't trying to learn your way.
But like I said, I sometimes I lose. Sometimes I'll drop a stitch. That's what I meant, lose. Drop a stitch.
Oh, my mother's the queen of picking up drop stitches.
I'm not good at that at all.
You make, if you're making an Afghan or something, and you have a whole rose, she can go right into the middle of it, take it out, and put it back.
What? See,
that's crazy.
I need to meet her.
I need that talent.
That's
we need some instruction on that.
That is above my pay grade. I ain't doing it that way.
No, that's really hard. Yeah, that's not easy. That's the hardest part of knitting, I think. It's just but yeah, I mean it's a lot. I mean, like this is they call it picking. You pick the stitch.
Me? No.
But the way I was doing it earlier, I was throwing the stitch. Throw it. You throw the yarn around the needle.
Bye, Campbell's Creation. See you later.
Yes.
Bye, Campbell.
Hi.
Yes. I guess she's looking at, she said what? I guess she was looking at the other video where I was doing, but guess what? I don't like doing any of these. I'm just doing it to show you guys what my passion is quilting. I really, really, really super love quilting. And
That's
so,
how I feel about applique.
do you like to hand applique or machine applique?
Well, I'm kind of stuck with hand applique because right now, for whatever reason, none of the zigzag feet that I have for my machine will actually zigzag. Like they won't allow the stitch, and so then it'll hit the foot and miss a stitch and look bad. So now I'm definitely hand appliquing, but not by choice. I would rather machine do it.
Oh. Well, there's something called rough edge applique, which is you take the fabric, you can put some heat and bond light on the back of it.
Yep.
And
There it is. Yep.
Iron it down. That's nice, Kelly.
So the same. Yeah, about the same.
And then, like you said, use the machine, but you can use different stitches. It sounds like you need a different foot.
I do. I had some trouble finding it. I don't remember why. I think the one I'm using right now is a weird one that must not have been manufactured for long, because
there's something called a low shank and a high shank. Most machines are low shank. But she said we're doing a good job on crochet. Perfection Baking. Hey, Diversity Love.
Hey, Perfection Baking.
You can get that little machine out that you have. We're talking about some quilting and doing stuff. Use whatever you have, you guys. And do whatever floats your boat. Whatever makes you happy. Whatever makes you happy. I like sewing, the vintage sewing machines. I used to collect them, but there's nowhere to keep them now. I go Auntie Joanne's house. There's like a few, not only her machines, but I dragged a couple in out there. There's the treadle machine that's out there. That's the vintage one.
Wow.
I'll show you guys on Saturday why I didn't take the treadle one out when I was out there for a month, November and December.
Yeah.
Because Uncle Roscoe's sports car was parked next to it, and I can't get down. He told me I can drive it, move it whenever I want to, but I was waiting for a knee replacement. Getting in and out of it was difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to scratch up that shiny red paint, baby.
Nope.
With that, trying to get 2 feet going on that treadle machine.
That's cool.
Like a hamster on a wheel or something.
I need to find somebody who repairs sewing machines, and I've really had a hard time because I have 4 sewing machines sitting here that need adjusted.
Yeah.
Because one of them, their tension is so bad.
Yeah.
That nobody seems to be able to fix it. And there's this one guy who lives in the north end of my city somewhere who fixes sewing machines, but nobody knows his name.
Right.
Nobody can tell me where to find him.
Right.
He's like Santa Claus. He's becoming a mythological figure.
Yeah. Well, like around here, they call it vacuum and sew.
Yes.
So, yeah, vacuum sew. If you look for that, you'll find them. It's only one guy. It's one guy here too.
They ain't cheap, honey.
They are not.
Like, I went to a sew and vac in Arizona because I wanted a different foot pedal for Auntie Joanne's antique featherweight. And you bought the parts, and it was like almost $200.
Oh yeah.
At the time they did the little pedal.
Yeah.
And we
You could have bought a whole new sewing machine for that.
Exactly.
Not that sewing machine.
Not that
though.
one.
Oh.
And then, but you still keep the old foot so that you have the authentic parts. So that you have the authentic parts. I had some really good sewing machine people like in Arizona. I have a little blue repainted featherweight. Oh, she is to die for. She is so cute. And somebody in Texas who repairs machines.
Yeah.
But now he doesn't do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's really becoming a lost art. The people
really
seem to regard them as just disposable now. You know, it's supposed to last a certain small amount of time, and then you throw it out and you get a new one.
It's true.
No,
I
that's
used-
bad for everyone involved in the process. Bad for the environment.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
And then the ones who know how to fix them, some of them scam you too, like the used car mechanics.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I had one that was in perfect shape. And then one summer when I was working for the Festival of Arts and Ideas, I
Yeah.
was working on a quilt and it stopped running. I took it and it was one of those big ones. It was a 301, a Singer 301 iron machine.
Oh,
It
wow.
weighed about 35 pounds. I
Yeah.
dragged it to this machine shop. The parking garage was down the street. I lugged it there, and the guy said the motor is bad.
Oh,
And I'm like, he says, well, it's no good. So I'm like, well, can you throw it away for me? Because
yeah.
I didn't want to take it back to the car again.
Don't blame you.
Home, and one of my friends who lives in the same building got me the application so that I could get in here and get on the waiting list.
Yeah.
And she said, that's nothing. The motor on those antique machines is just a little piece that screws on the box. Well, look who just popped up.
Hello.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
We're having a party over here,
I see.
a big party.
Okay.
So, would you like to tell everybody your name and what your channel is about, ma'am?
Oh boy, my name is Tracy, and my channel is Passionately Intrigued Arts and More. I just recently added the more because I do so much more besides arts. I paint, I sew, crochet, resin art, you name it. I do T-shirts, tumblers, all types of crafts. DIYs, interior, exterior decorating, just to name a few. I do quite a bit, so that's it in a nutshell.
Renaissance woman.
That's it in a nutshell. So what's everybody working on? I see you're working on the MYLAR.
Yes, I'm about to finish. Well, we'll see as soon as I can move my legs. But I'm at the end of a big ball of plarn, and I want to show how to connect a strip.
Okay.
Did you see the part when I connected just the loops?
Yes.
Or you can go back. Okay, so here is a whole big ball of plarn, right? So let me find out where I'm going to use this end. So let me find the end piece. Of course, I'm pulling everything out except the end because it's just the same way you put the strip through. Okay, this is the one. Let me put this down. So this is the end of the one I was working on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you guys see it?
Yep.
Dolores, can you? Right. So you take, this is the old part. You take the new part and put it underneath. Instead of pulling the strip through, you take the whole ball through.
Oh.
And put it through and pull it. And that's it.
Huh. Same process.
Yep.
Cool.
You just stick the whole thing instead of trying to cut a little split and splice it. Not even necessary.
Nice.
So that's it.
Okay. And Janet, what are you working on?
So I am trying to knit a rag rug. I had tried to crochet it and had a little bit of it done, but I cannot find the crochet hook anywhere, and I do not have multiples of the giant hook of doom. So I decided to give knitting a try.
Okay. I haven't knitted in years, many years.
I don't
But you're
knit
using
often.
a circular hook, so that's going to make it a circular knitting needle. So that'll make it easy. You just keep going round and around and around.
And hi, I bring it. How are you? What are you making?
So this is my plarn. I just did this on the fly here. I'll show you. So I just made one little row. So there
That's
it is.
awesome.
Are you making a rug?
I guess. Or a
You
mat.
guess? Okay.
It's only about a foot long. I just to try, because a lady showed me in my crochet group years ago, and it was really cool. Like, it was like the first lady I ever met in my group. She took me under her wing and she said, "Oh, I'll show you how to do the plarn," because she got really into it.
Okay.
And but I haven't done it since then. It's been like 2013 or something like. It's been like 10 years.
Oh wow. So Auntie Ellen Auntie Ellen encouraged you, huh?
She did.
Yeah.
Well,
And I can't see the name of the other young lady.
the interesting thing about using the plarn, especially if you're using grocery bags, you can use them for rug indoors or outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
You can wash them in the washing machine. You can put them in your garden, your chicken coop, whatever.
Okay.
I wonder
And then
if I
Auntie
could
Ellen,
use
I can't see the other young lady. Her name is Anastasia. Am I seeing that right?
Anastasia is her granddaughter, and this is Nancy or Nana.
Hi, Nancy. Pleased to meet you.
Our treasured home.
Okay, pleased to meet you. What are you making?
I am making slippers, but I think most of the time I was undoing yarn that was all knotted up.
Oh.
Well,
Okay.
that's where granddaughters
Don't you
come
hate
in
that?
handy.
Cool.
No, they get it. They tangle it up worse. I don't. No, I don't give it to the granddaughter.
I am the worst daughter. I am 75 years old and such a brat. I go every time I get my yarn all tangled up or something, I go in my mother's room. Mommy, can you do this? And she's so patient. I can go take her a whole bag of yarn that's tangled up and pick it up when I go next time. Miss Shirley, OG Gardner.
Hey,
Miss Shirley.
And welcome.
Miss Shirley.
Miss Shirley goes live, everybody.
She goes live at 7 today.
7 p.m. today. Vision Preparedness.
He's in here?
There's
The
like
Garden State
6
Gardener goes
people
live
doing it.
today
Oh.
at 8. And Odom goes live at 9. And
Right.
I forgot who was it that was it you, Janet, that dropped the link with everybody when everybody goes live? You guys can thank Janet. She drops a link with, I don't even know how she finds out how everybody's going live.
Right. Our
It's
TV guide.
It's the Miss T Community TV Guide. So every morning when she goes live, I ask, is anybody else going live? And I've got a little spreadsheet that Miss T and J3 have access to.
That
with
is
the
so cool.
running list.
It's a good idea.
I appreciate you. Thank you very
you.
much.
Thank you. There are like 6 people going live at 8 o'clock tonight.
There are a lot of people.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Thursday's
so
not a good
weird.
night. Wow.
I used to go live at 8. I don't do that anymore, but I used to. Yeah, at 8 on Thursday.
I don't know where I am at 8 o'clock at night, you guys. Miss Shirley knows it. Sometimes I'm awake and I tiptoe through a high from the bushes. And Sister Love, I'll be back. I'll check you out in the replay. But she knows I'm pedaling as fast as I can.
I'm excited about Miss Shirley's live tonight. She's talking about if gardening were illegal, would you still do it? And I think that's going to be such a cool.
Wow.
Did people still drink when it was illegal?
Yes.
A double L.
And they made way more money selling it after the laws forbid it than they did before. So absolutely, I will be gardening.
My Arrow gardens will be going full blast. I mean, you name it. It'll be like everything else that was illegal that you just kept on doing.
My grandparents made moonshine.
They kept on doing.
Wow.
I have it in my genetics. If my grandparents could make moonshine and sell it, which they did, then I can illegally grow some corn.
I don't know how to make moonshine, but I know how to make really good wine. Every kind of wine that there is. And behind this beautiful quilt of Dolores's, you guys, her quilt top is finished.
Hi, Dolores.
ARD. Thank you. Tapping in from the Bay. And
Hey,
thank
I
you
do.
for the super chat. Thank you very much. That's my money dance, y'all. My new money dance. I got a chance to shake it out.
That's great.
Thank you. That was so cool. How'd you like that? How'd you like them apples? Can you play one more again, Dolores, so they could see? Like, maybe
Sure.
people will want to see the money dance again. Yes, yay! Thank you.
Is it in and out for y'all? Did it play and like stop?
I'm sorry.
Or is it in and out for y'all? Did that money song play and just stop playing? Or no? That was my phone.
That was.
I only heard
Yeah, it did that. It did it,
played
Tracy.
it and then stopped, and then she played it again.
Yep.
Okay.
Is that something you guys do through Nightbot, StreamYard? I always wonder how people do that.
StreamYard.
Well,
Through StreamYard?
StreamYard in the branding, you can add music, you can add videos. That's it. So you add the videos under the branding section, and then music.
Okay. Guess what I need to be doing. So, Tracy, what are you making?
I have this sweater that I've been working on since last winter that I never finished for my granddaughter. So I need to get it done before winter comes again.
Before she grows out of it?
Before she
Yeah,
graduates
it's like a granny
college.
sweater.
Right.
Oh, that's so cute.
So I'm working on the sleeves now, trying to do the sleeves, and then I'll add some more to the bottom of this to make it longer.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you.
I still want to make some of the 70s designs using the granny squares. They had like vests and all different cool stuff, and I love that style. So I got to work on that.
Thank
You
you.
guys want to hear a funny story? The first sweater I made, I was like in high school or college. My dad was 6'4", and I made the sleeves on the sweater so long I had to take about 6 inches out of the sleeve.
Oh my God.
And take it all down and then reconnect it to the sweater. Those were the longest sleeves. They must have been like 30 inches, almost like that inseam on a pair of pants.
Wow.
Barbara Brandley said she's on her way home. She's driving. Safe travels.
Hey, Barb.
Those of you who just came in, the whole Interstate 95 in Connecticut is shut down in both directions.
Are you serious?
Both directions. Both directions, yes.
Auntie Ellen, is that where you're at?
It was an accident?
Yes. Tractor trailer, a full oil tanker, and a sports car. But the good thing is nobody was injured. What did you say, Janet?
Oh, I asked if that's where you're from. Do you live in Connecticut?
Yes, I did. I was raised here. Most of my stories of devilment came up from here in Connecticut until I got old enough to get away. There were no injuries. That's right.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
But a tanker full of oil?
That's terrible.
That's a miracle.
We owned a small store in the country, and we sold gas. I can tell you from experience, a tanker owns 10,000 gallons of gas.
Ooh.
Wow. That's a big cleanup they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
Wow.
A lot. So I don't know if it all leaked out of the truck before they got it upright, but it's a big mess. Nobody wants to drive through Connecticut anyway. None of the big trucks or anything. And this just made it that much worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I-95 is terrible. That's all I can say.
Yes, yes. If you've ever driven through, going to like Rhode Island
Yes.
or going up to Massachusetts to Boston
Yep.
or any place like that, everybody hates Connecticut.
Does
Well,
it?
95.
I remember when they built that. When I grew up, where we lived in Stamford, we used to pick blackberries and go outside and play all day, come in the evening,
Aww.
go pick roses from the other people's yards in the back when they couldn't see us on the way to school.
Wow. Naughty.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I remember when they were building 95 through Virginia. I was little.
Say
I
it's
was
the
like,
same.
there goes the neighborhood. That's going to be bad now.
Well, I'll tell you what, I used to tear that 95 up coming from the homestead in North Carolina to Connecticut. And I remember one time my brother gave me 2 wine barrels, the big, like 60-gallon wine barrels, the oak barrels. And he brought them down from Boston. I had my Ford F-150 pickup truck. And I put mommy in the passenger seat and put a pillow under her feet because she's short, right? And we'd have that truck so full going down the highway. You go over a bump and sometimes the tailgate would fall down. People would be pointing like, "Mister, something coming off the back of your truck." Then coming on the reverse, I would go to all the farms around and get collard greens piled way up past, you couldn't even see out the back window. Of course, in North Carolina, you could ride with your pew rack across the back window.
Oh, okay.
So you had to take that down before you got. Remember to take it down before you got on the road.
Yes.
Coming up here. And then people would say, "Well, who'd you sell all those greens to?" I don't know. My mother told her friends by the time I got there, they were lined up and somebody else was collecting the money. Those are gone. That truck will be empty like in a couple hours. The whole back of the pickup truck.
Oh, I believe.
Wow.
And it was a 1985 truck. But it was all repainted and nice wheels on it. I had an Alpine stereo that you like pop out with a flash drive. It had 800 songs on it. I could drive all the way from North Carolina to Connecticut and not hear the same song twice.
Wow. Oh, you said what? An 8-track?
No, a flash drive. No, flash drive. No, not an 8-track. No, I don't know what the truck had in it before I got it, but this was a state of the art. You can stick a USB, a regular flash drive that goes into your computer now.
Yeah,
it goes in it. 800 songs.
Oh wow!
But yes, I had a deuce and a quarter with an 8-track in it back in when my son was a baby. Like I think it was 1971, 1973, something like that.
Oh wow!
I remember when the cell phones took up the whole back of the truck.
Yeah,
the car. It had all those, and you had to go to the operator. Mike says an AMC Pacer. I used to sell those.
Goodness.
Those were by International. I had a part-time job one time selling cars. You name it, I've done it. I've worked every kind of job, almost. Never been a private dancer. Dancing.
You've still got time.
I danced for a few husbands, a couple of 30 husbands. No, I didn't. No, I didn't, Mother. Let me crochet again.
Crochet confessions.
Right.
I will be back in a second. I have to restock some supplies.
Okay.
Crochet confessions.
Do you happen to have your phone near you?
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Have your phone near you?
Yes, I do, but it's off, Dolores.
Okay.
I can't turn it on because we're having a family birthday party today, and it'll knock me off the air. That's where Auntie Joanne is today. That's why she's not in the chat. We're having a family birthday, and Nana's MIA, the unfit Nana. The flying pests are not bothering you outside.
We'll do the giveaway Saturday.
Oh, it's nice out here. Nothing's bothered me yet. It feels so nice. Surprisingly, they're not bothering me.
Okay. Let me see. So it's 5:46. I will end the party, you guys, at 6 o'clock.
Sure.
Okay.
And so give you guys a chance to do other things. Look, we don't want Janet to come back to the party. Everybody's gone.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Everybody
That would not be good.
Live stream ended.
That would be sad. I'm still gathering supplies.
Yeah, I'll go join the family and see what Rai Rai was doing. I found some old photos of him from the day he was born and a few until today, and made a little family movie and sent it to his mom this morning, first thing.
Well, I finished the sleeve.
Mike Scout Garden said 14-minute warning.
Okay.
I finished a sleeve, the right sleeve.
Oh,
Okay.
how pretty. I love those colors.
That turned out cute.
Yes. Well, I've got a whole box of these Plarn strips. Hopefully, won't need them all.
Yeah, there it is. Getting bigger. I'm just adding random color, you know.
Yeah, now I gotta remember what I did.
Color control for that, but you know
what?
It is what it is.
When you buy fabric and they pre
Nice.
they pre-add the colors, it always like ends up stopping like in the exact same place.
Headband.
Oh, now she's got a headband, a May Day headband. Remember when they used to celebrate May Day in the schools, and the teacher would have that little cup with the soil in it. You put one little seed in it and brought it home.
That's so cute. I love that.
Exactly. Is it all right if I drop a link in the chat?
I'm sorry.
I said, is it all right if I drop a link in the chat?
Nana, you put exclamation mark GQUAT. You're trying to drop your channel?
No, I have it's the link that one of the people we all in another community is his name is Ralph. His channel is Web's Web, but he made a website. Like if you have a store and you sell things, you could put it there. He has a calendar of where all them, like if you have a meetup and there were like YouTube meetups and everything, you can list it. If you your channel goes live, he's got a list of, you email him, he'll put you on the list and it'll show all the channels every day and what times they go live.
Oh, that's kind of like what Janet is doing. Well, why don't we do this, Nancy? Why don't you drop your channel and people can come visit you, and you can share that from your channel.
Oh, I'm not sharing it. Oh, I did. And then it's on my channel also, but yeah, if you have a store, like 5 different YouTube channels that have their store there.
Mm-hmm.
If you sell things, when you go live, they'll put on the calendar. You just email Ralph. Like this, like last month, they had all the YouTube, YouTube meetups all over the place and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like, get the word out. There is a calendar that, the place that, you can just click on that month or that day and see who goes live that day. Because I used to try to keep up with it, and I just can't keep up with it anymore.
I can't even keep up with my own self.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
I did see Mike, the story of the maypole. I did see that on something. I think it was maybe in my Google feed line this morning.
Yeah.
And it was talking about the story of this and that and the third. So is anybody getting any new spring chickens? I know a lot of people are harvesting them right about now.
Chickens?
Chickens, yes.
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
Here
I'm
yet.
thinking
We
about
still
it.
have cats.
You have cats. Oh,
Yeah.
we have a chicken coop, which is a really nice chicken coop. But I had chickens a few years ago, and we had a lot of predators. Like I saw a fox run through my property yesterday, and I went, "Oh no, he's back!"
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, and so we have hawks and all that stuff.
What's
So
your
that's the
zone?
only- Pardon?
What's your zone?
I don't know. I think I'm
6B,
7.
right?
It's
Oh.
I'm almost the last planting zone in the nation. It's
Oh.
like May 15th to May 30th is my zone.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because ours
Yeah,
is
we're
May
late.
10th.
Like it's really cold, but
That's mine too, Kelly.
oh, that's yours. Is it 6 then?
Yeah. I'm
6
6B.
You're 6B.
Oh, because I'm 6A.
Yeah.
Yankee's sister is 15 miles from me.
Oh, okay.
And her kids go to dance class right across the street. And
wow.
she's 6A and in the mountains. She's in a whole different microclimate.
Really?
Yeah.
And she's 6A?
Yes.
Okay.
But she's
Yeah,
in the
it's
mountains. It's
cool.
real hilly where she
Mm.
lives.
Yeah, we had frost like 2 days ago, and then the next day it was 90. So
Oh, you had 90?
We did too.
yeah, we had a 92-degree day.
Wow.
Was it Monday? It must have been Monday. It was Monday.
Oh, we didn't get that.
But the night
No.
before it was frost. I had a 1/4 inch of frost on my car when I went to leave at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock the next morning. In the morning. And then the next morning, the next day it was 92.
Unreal.
So we really have, wild weather. I don't like it. Like, I think it's hard. It's hard for us to plant and garden, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dolores says that she thinks there should be a website just for YouTube community to sell their items. Websites are easy to make now. Are you volunteering to take that on and oversee that, ma'am? Because I'm sure you could get some customers.
For sure. Yeah. It's a good idea.
If they hired me, I would. But
How
I
about
don't
this? Let's see.
think anybody would. But I do make websites.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So
But it's just crazy weather. Wow.
Yeah, that's very crazy. From one
Oh,
extreme
yeah, I
to the
see
next.
raccoons also. Raccoons we have. A
Yeah.
possum.
My husband said he saw one on our security cam last week, I think.
Mm,
And one tried to come in our house.
of course.
And we had no idea. A lot of the time we get tired of the cats asking to go in and out and in and out. So we just leave the door kind of cracked. And one day my husband happened to get a notification from the camera system saying someone was at the front door. And he looked on the video and saw my timid little boy cat chasing the raccoon out of the house.
no.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh wow.
I would never have I would have thought that he would have been hiding under furniture somewhere.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Excuse me, guys. Diversity Love is now Perfection Baking, for those of you who don't know.
Oh.
And she said that she can build a TV guide again. She could do that before she got hacked. So she's starting under Perfection Baking. So you guys should
Perfection Baking. I'll try if your email's on your channel, I can always give you read access to my TV guide. That way you don't have to rebuild it from scratch if you lost it.
Oh, that's so cool.
all it does is benefit us if we share it. Like it's not deep and proprietary.
This is what networking is about.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
About. So we have a 5-minute warning, you guys.
Okay.
Mike. ARD says 100%, 100, 100.
I wonder who goes live at 6
today.
Yeah, I know Miss Shirley goes live at 7, but I don't remember who goes live. I'm looking at my own TV guide.
Thursday, I don't know.
I do not remember who goes live in between you and Miss Shirley.
Dinner.
Yeah, I mean probably. Hold on, let me look.
So, you guys, this has been fun. Is there anything you would like to say before you leave? We'll start with the order you came in. Kelly, I bring it every day.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's been fun. And I like to crochet with people and knit and things like that. So let's see. Normally I cook on Fridays at 6 p.m. That's my fun time. But I'm not sure what I'm doing this Friday, but we'll see. I'm trying to talk about like healthy things to eat and quick meals. And if you take a look on my channel, you'll see some good healthy meals. And I also talk about food just in general, things that get recalled. And then I craft in between all of that. So and then I do flea markets. So I've been, if you like to look at old stuff, I do some flea markets over the weekend. I think we're going to be doing one pretty soon this weekend.
Why don't you drop your link one more time?
Oh, thank you.
Somebody's at my door. I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard the doorbell.
Is there anything you would like to say before the music starts to shut us down at 6?
You said me? Oh.
And Nancy, I'm doing it in the order that they came in. Nancy.
Okay.
As I say, I do my lives on Sundays at 11:30. Usually it's an hour and a half, depends on what I'm doing. But yeah, I'll just say what I usually say at the end of every video. God bless, stay safe, and we all.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay, Miss Tracy.
I just wanted to thank you for having me up here. Although I was late and was doing my senior nap, and I got a sleeve done, and I'm starting on the second one. So I did get a little progress on this, and that is it. Thank you. Nice to meet you, Anastasia, and thanks to everybody in the chat.
All right, thank you. So it is. Oh, we still have 2 minutes. We're going to run it in the ground.
Okay.
Run it in the ground. And then Dolores will play. If you guys stick around for 2 minutes, I have a beautiful outro now, thanks to Dolores.
Okay.
Anybody needs any help with designing their channels, you can reach Dolores. Drop your channel link.
Yes.
Okay. Not sure if she heard me. ARD. Okay, there's Dolores's link if anybody would like some help building channels, learning how to do outros, intros. And yes, she works for money, so she dances for dollars, y'all. Not really. Not really.
Awesome.
That up. So I would like to thank each and every one of you. I appreciate you, and I enjoy having all of you. Thanks for the thumbs up. And we almost have 1,900 members. We'll be having a big blowout. I'm planning it for June 6th. So thank you, ARD.
Gotta sing. Play the money.
We have to get another dance in.
You need another dance.
All right, you guys. Thank you. So, peace, love, and blessings to everyone. In American Sign Language, just as I love you. Ego Amote, mother, if you're watching. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good
Dolores, you
night.
can
Take care,
Bye.
count us out.
everybody.
Thank you.